Hello, good afternoon, everyone. So this is Dr. Pooja, and I'm here with another lecture on physics, important concepts in physics. All right. So what we'll do in this, we will talk about like what you can expect in your exams for your physics section of science, right? So I have already done two of these lectures on important concepts on chemistry and important concepts on biology already, right? So this one is all about physics that you will learn with me, right? So wait a second. So yes, so before I get into the details of this, let's first talk about a new feature which is active on Unacademy, and that is Ask a Doubt. Okay, so what you can do is you can ace your final exams with this feature, and not only that, only for the month of February we are offering flat 10% discount on Plus subscription. So if you want to part of our team, please go ahead and subscribe now. All right, and it is available only till February 28. After that it will change. All right, so next is my introduction. So most of you know me already, but if you don't know me, my name is Dr. Pooja. I'm your science educator. I've done PhD in biotechnology. Apart from that, I worked as a scientist in States for 8 years. Okay, so now I'm back in India, and I'm back on Unacademy's platform to teach you guys science. All right, so what is this new feature on Unacademy, that is Ask a Doubt? So Ask a Doubt means when you are preparing for your exams, definitely there are so many things that are going on, and you have questions, you have doubts, but you don't know where to go, where to ask these questions. So that is the reason we have come up with this exclusive feature for all of you, so that you can ask your queries. But how does this work? So let's go over it quickly. First of all, you can ask unlimited doubts. There is no limit for the doubts, and you can ask the doubts anytime. We are open 24/7, so you can drop us your doubt. How to do it, I'll just show you in a minute. But first of all, let's understand how many doubts you can ask, and when you can ask, and all those things. What you get high quality video solutions for your doubts, and this is in English as well as in Hindi if language is the problem, right? Then what you will get the exact match for your questions. It is not like we have one answer and we float it on the market. No, we give you answers to your particular query. All right, so you can obtain instant and accurate solutions to as many questions as you want to ask. Here you can ask us unlimited doubts. All right, and not only this for the exam preparation, you can get our assistance with your homework as well. So how this feature works, let's understand that. So what you have to do is, step one, you need to go and click on Ask a Doubt on Unacademy's app. I'm so sorry, over here. So once you do that, once you hit on that, the next step would be, it will encourage you to either take a picture, or maths or physics or biology or chemistry, because under science this feature is good for maths and science for now. And under science you have physics, chemistry or biology. From any of these you can ask us a doubt. Okay, and then what you have to do is you have to share it with us. You're looking for a solution, right? Then what we'll do, we'll send you the video with the solution. All right, so this is how this amazing feature of Ask a Doubt it works. And apart from that, if you are not aware of what are the basic features of Unacademy's subscription, so you don't have to go anywhere. You just learn from the comfort of your home. You have unlimited access to all the courses. We save it for you. It's not like you missed it and you will lose it. No, it is everything has been saved for you. Then we get top educators from all of India on what platform, and they will help you with your doubt clearing and all those things. And yes, of course, we have regular doubt clearing sessions and answer writing sessions. Then we cover your syllabus, of course. If you need mentorship and guidance, our educators are always available to help you with that. Study material, all the PDFs are saved for you to use them later. Any practice tests that previous year's question papers, quiz, and MCQs, fill in the blanks, all those things are all saved for you. Hello Raj Singh. Who else joined? Hello Raj, hello Simran, how are you? Then you also get the live test series. Apart from that, the batch courses. So guys, are you aware of our doubt clearing sessions, ask a doubt feature? If not, you need to go back and watch this video. All right, anyways, so what we have next? So, and yes, another thing is every Monday we launch new batches for you, so you can go ahead and be part of the batch. So Monday is our new batch day. Go ahead and sign up for the batch courses. So here's like pricing. Many of you always ask us like how this pricing thing works. So we have two kind of subscriptions. One is like basic subscription and another one is iconic. So this basic is like plus subscription, and you can go for the iconic subscription as well. So we have starting from 1 month to 48 months, which means 1 year, 1 month to let's say 1 month to 4 years. Your 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, you will be under our guidance. Or if you are already in 10th class, so you can do 3 years also, right? So these are the pricings for your subscription. And not only this, as I said, you get a 10% discount if you sign up now. Okay, you can use my code PSLive10 to get this 10% discount, and this is valid only 28th of February. Okay, so here are the features of iconic subscription. What is iconic subscription? So what do? You get your personal mentor for one-on-one coaching. You get live doubt solving session. You get weekly reports also to see where you stand, how your performance is, how your tests and quizzes, they all are how you performed in all of these. Then parent connection is also there, so that if your parents, they want to know about your performance, and if they have any concerns, and they can get in touch with your personal mentor. Apart from that, you will also receive a study planner where your study tracker plan with monthly reviews and highlights of your progress will be provided. All right, and then all these benefits of Unacademy subscription, I would recommend you to go ahead and sign up. All right, because as I said, for 20 till 28th Feb only, you will receive this 10% discount. Okay, so please go ahead and avail the same. So these are the prices for the iconic subscription. So if you want to go for complete 1 year subscription, it is for 28,000 for 9th class, and similarly for 10th class also, and again for 10% discount till 28th Feb. Go ahead and sign up. Okay, so you can use my code, which is PSLive10 for only for February to get 10%. Okay, here you go. So upcoming events are combat. So combat is for class 10th. You get yourself enrolled for it every Sunday at 11 a.m. You get it in English and Hindi as well. So you get scholarship of 3.5 crores for this thing. And Revisathon is another thing, which is like we do on a very regular basis. So guys, that was it for today's information on new features and what are the new items that you can have on Unacademy. And you need to hurry up because the deals are the 10% off that if you want to avail that discount. It is available only till 28th of February. And to do that, you can use my code, which is PS510. All right, so with that, now let's get started with today's session, as we are going to talk about what are the main concepts that we can expect in our exams. Okay, so first of all, and today's session is all about physics. Okay, so I have picked a couple of important pointers, couple of important let's say topics which you guys are most of the time confused about. So the first topic I have picked is G, which is your universal gravitational constant, and most of you I've seen are always confused between G and G. Okay, so here is thing that you need to consider is G is gravitational constant, right? And G is acceleration due to gravity, right? So that is the big difference between G and G. All right, so there are different questions from these two G's. And one of the main questions that you get is what are the SI units for capital G. Okay, so we know that if you have hello Anish Raj, if you have studied this chapter well, we know that like any two objects, I'll go on to the next sheet, any two objects, let's say this is object A and over here is object B, they have some mass, let's say M and M. They are going to attract each other, right? And this is the distance between them. We take the distance from the centers. So these two objects, everything that we see around us is attracting each other with a force, and that is what we call gravitational force. Okay, anything you see around you is going to attract any other thing that you see around you. Okay, so we denote this by F is equal to G, which is your gravitational constant, M, mass of the two objects, M and M, divided by the distance between them, the distance between the center of the two objects, right? So if this is because if you are going to calculate SI units for anything, you need to know the formula for the same, first of all. Right, so here we have calculated like F is equal to G M M R squared. Okay, and then you will have to see what is the value for G, because G will stay on the other side. I will go to the next slide. So now you want to calculate SI unit for G is equal to F into R squared divided by M and M, mass squared kind of, right? Force is always in newtons. Then you have meter square, because this is the distance, kilogram square. All right, because there are kilograms and kilograms. So we do N Newton meter square per kilogram square. So that is the gravitational constant. Newton meter square per kilogram square. That is what we have calculated, right? So this is the in SI system. F is measured in newtons, distance in R, then M and M1 are the masses in kilograms. So that is how we calculate the value for G. Hello Soumya, hello everybody, hello, good afternoon to all of you. So here we are calculating the or going over the different concepts of physics, the very important concepts of physics. The very first concept that I've picked is what are the SI units for capital G, which is your gravitational constant. And then we'll move on to concept number 2, and I just mentioned on my previous slide what is the difference between small g and capital G. So small g is acceleration due to gravity. This is basically acceleration due to gravity and G is gravitational constant, correct? So when we are going to see the differences between these two, that this is what we get. Small g, it's acceleration acquired by a body due to Earth's gravitational pull, and that is what I said. It is gravitational acceleration due to gravity. And capital J is numerically equal to the force of attraction. This is gravitational force between two masses which are 1 kilogram each. Each of those two masses are 1 kilogram, and they have their distance of 1 meter. Okay, so this is what we say what G is. Not a universal constant, because this thing changes from place to place. As we know, G value on Earth is 9.8 meter per second square. G value in space is 0. G value on other planets, or let's say on moon, is totally different. Okay, so small g is a vector quantity because it is acceleration, and as we know, it has both magnitude and direction, while capital G is a scalar quantity, and it is a universal constant. Its value does not change. So it's 6.67 10 power 11 minus 11 Newton meter square per kilogram square. So right, so these are the values that you will have to remember when you are going to answer these type of questions, the differences. I've covered all this. Then next question is, what is acceleration? So most of you are always confused. You know the definition, but you don't understand what acceleration is in practicality. All right, so acceleration, let's say some object is moving in this direction. All right, and if you check at every point, let's say every time you check it, okay, let's say it started with a speed of 2 meter per second. Okay, that is the speed it has. Let's say on first second you check it. No, it's not meant, it is just the important concept. Here it is 2 meter per second. Even here it was 2 meter per second. Even here it was 2 meter per second. So that means it is moving with a uniform velocity. So it means it is not accelerating or retarding or anything. It is moving with uniform velocity. But let's say now at every second, let's say these are the seconds, this is the time. At every second, its velocity is changing. Let's say it was moving with 2 meter per second. Now it started moving with 4 meter per second, then 6 meter per second, and so forth and so on. That means if you want to check like what is its velocity at this point, it is 6 meter per second. But when it started, it was 2 meter per second, right? So that means its velocity has increased with time, right? So this is what we call acceleration. All right. Punam aaj nahi hogi menti. Okay. Yeah, we are just going over the important concepts. Okay. So in non-uniform motion, so first of all, it is not in uniform motion. Acceleration is not a feature of uniform motion. Acceleration is a feature of non-uniform motion. The velocity of body changes with time. It has different velocities at different instants of time and different points of its path. As I've taken this example, I have explained in this example how the velocity is changing over time. So in such a situation, we define a physical quantity called accel. This is what we call acceleration, right? It's a change in the velocity of a body per unit time. So let's say if you want to calculate acceleration, how do we calculate acceleration? That is, like as I said, the object started from here, it reached here. At every point, it started with, let's say this is time 1, 2, 3, and 4. It started with 2 meter per second velocity. Here it was 4 meter per second, 6 meter per second, 8 per second, 10 meter per second. So let's say we want to see what is the acceleration over here at 4-second points. So what will we do? We will do velocity. So this is called final velocity and this is called the initial velocity. So we'll do final velocity minus initial velocity divided by the time where we want to calculate its velocity, right? So v is what? 4 minus u is what? 2 divided by time, which was like 4 seconds. So 4 minus 2 is 4, 0.5 meter per second squared. So this is the acceleration. This is how it is accelerating every minute. I'm great. Thank you so much, Poonam. Right, so this is what we call acceleration, and its units are meter. Velocity is meter per second, but we want to calculate it another. This is another time factor when we this is velocity, this is another time factor when we want to calculate the change in velocity for. So that means it's meter per second. So that would be meter per second squared, all right, or meter per second square, that is what you call. And if it could have its value in plus or minus, so depending upon what the final is or what the initial is. If I'm great, thank you. So if the final is more, then it is called acceleration or accelerating. If final is less, and it will have a positive value. If final is less, we call it retardation or deceleration, and it will have a negative value. Okay, so this was about acceleration. Inertia. So this is another point, and Newton's law. If you have studied about all three Newton's laws. So inertia is what? Inertia is the tendency of an object to stay in its form. Let's say if it's moving, it wants to move. If it is stationary, it wants to stay stationary. So this is what we call inertia, right? So let's say I will take an example. Let's say you have two rocks, this and this. Let's say this is only 1 kg, and let's say this is 1000 kgs. And let's say you want to push it, and let's say you want to push it too. Which one will be easy for you to push if you have A and rock B? Definitely A will be pushed easily. So why was it easy for you to push rock A? Because it has less mass. It has less mass means it has less inertia. On the other hand, this big rock has more mass or more inertia, right? Yes, of course, Sakina, until unbalanced force is applied. So these were the two examples, right? So let's go back to the definition. The natural tendency of object to resist a change in their state of rest or motion in absence, I would add this, of external unbalanced forces is called inertia. All right, so that is what the definition of inertia is. All right, so this is I just took a random example to explain it to you. Now, what is momentum, right? These are, again, as I said, the important topics that you must consider when you're preparing for your exams. Momentum of an object is the product of, we know that momentum P is equal to mass into velocity. That is what generally we say momentum is. Okay, so consider like there is a light tennis ball, and there is a cork ball. Right, so let's say this weight is maybe 100 grams. Now let's say this weight is maybe 500 grams. These both are moving with same velocity, so velocity is same. Yeah, so which one will hit you hard? Of course this one will hit hard. Why? Because when we have momentum is mass into velocity, its mass is more, right? So it will have more momentum. So that is what momentum is exactly, right? It's the product of mass with velocity. All right, yes, absolutely right, Krishna. So this was quickly about all the important, yes, absolutely right, Sakina, Krishna, mass is greater. And if you take another example, let's say if we say there is a bullet, there are two bullets, let's say they are, yeah, there are two bullets, and their mass is same. Let's say this is also 50 gram, this is also 50 gram, but you are throwing this bullet with hand, and this bullet you are shooting through a gun. So from A and B, which will have more momentum? Of course B. Why? Because the velocity factor is high, right? So that is why momentum, like how hard it will impact, depends upon mass and velocity, product of mass and velocity. Okay, so that is it, guys. From today's session, we have covered all the important concepts from your physics. We have covered capital G, small g, difference between G and G. Then we have talked about acceleration. Then we have talked about inertia, and then momentum. Right? So these are the important concepts with their definitions, with their, you can also have their units to be written. So I would recommend you guys, if you entered late in this class, you can always go back and watch the recording. Okay, and also in this class I talked about ask a doubt feature, so that is going to be very helpful for you. Go ahead and watch this recording again, because you can send us the video or a click picture of your doubt, and will help you with the answer of the same. Hello Vandana. So now we have reached the end of this session. So I have a class at 4 p.m. on Unacademy's platform. If you want, that is a free class. Please go ahead and be part of that class. Okay, you guys take care, and I have another class at 4 o'clock, so I would want you guys to come there, and if you have any doubts, any concerns, please come and ask me there.